mindsets of successful women differ from the mindsets of women who maybe aren't as successful? That's what we're going to find out in today's episode. Varner. I'm so glad that you're here, and if this is your first time, welcome to my channel. If it's not and you've been here forever, I just want to say thank you for continuing to watch. Today we're going to be talking about 6 mindsets of women who are living their dreams, and not only that, but living out the dreams that God has put into their hearts. And so I'm going to go through 6 different mindsets, and I hope that they challenge you to really start thinking about what you're thinking about. The first mindset of women who are living their dreams is the mindset that failure is a good thing. So often we see failure as just a non-negotiable problem or a negative in our lives. So we're trying to succeed, we're trying to reach for more, we're trying to reach our goals, and sometimes we hit these roadblocks of failure. And a difference between women who are living their dreams and women who aren't is that women who are living their dreams realize that failure can be a good thing. So my family watches a lot of documentaries on the History Channel about entrepreneurs and how all the obstacles that they had to go through in order to reach their goals. So I really wanted to instill in my kids the idea that it's okay to fail. If you're not failing, that means that you're not striving for more than you can just do on your own. We don't want to live comfortable lives, right? We want to live lives that are striving for more, and a lot of times that means that we're going to experience failure. And I would even say every time it means that we're going to experience failure. To do new things, to reach new goals, literally means that you're doing something you've never done before. And so that means that you're going to be in uncharted territory, that you're going to be uncomfortable. And whenever you get into those places, that uncharted territory, you're going to have failures. It's just inevitable. But the way that you handle that failure can mean everything. So women who are living their dreams, women who are successful, they realize that failure is just a stepping stone to success. They realize that anytime they are experiencing failure, that they are really just learning the lessons that they need to learn in order to get to where they want to be. There's always a gap between where you are and where you want to get. And so often we try to avoid that, or we try not to think about it. And really what we need to do is appreciate that gap, because that means that we are moving forward towards being the women that God really wants us to be. The next mindset that successful women have is that they learn from successful people. And this might be more of a habit than a mindset, but I put it in these mindsets because I believe it's intentional. So women who are living their dreams make it a point to learn from other successful people. And not only do they learn from successful people, but they're also intentional about ignoring advice from people who maybe don't have the same results that they want. There is a big difference in determining whether or not you're going to take advice from someone. And women who are living their dreams, women who are going after their God-given purpose, they realize that they need mentors in their life. Many years ago, I heard a sermon, and the woman was speaking about how we all need women above us to mentor us. We need women beside us that can walk alongside us in the journey. And then we need women who are maybe a little bit behind us in our journey so that we can mentor them. So if you don't have a mentor, if you don't have someone who can speak Christian, authoritative, godly advice in your life, then I really want you to start seeking that out. Be intentional about finding someone. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be an in-person mentorship where you go to a coffee shop each week and just meet with other people, but it can be an online community. That's why in December I'm opening up 180 Confidence. It's an online mastermind for Christian women who they've seen some success in their own lives, but there's just that one piece, there's that one step that they can't build their confidence around. And I am here to help you with that. It's a 6-month program. You're going to be getting live calls with me. You're going to be getting very biblically based instruction, all included in a native app that you can download and have right on your phone. So make sure to check that out. You can join the waitlist. I'll leave a link in the description for you, or you can just go to ashleyvarner.com/waitlist. The next mindset that I wanted to share that women who are living their dreams have is that they deal with their thoughts and emotions. Now, before you can deal with your thoughts and emotions, you have to be aware of them. So often what I teach my clients is learning to be aware of the thoughts that are coming into your mind, and then making the conscious choice to change those thoughts, to take those thoughts captive and really make them obedient to Christ. Once you start changing your thinking, your emotions are going to follow. So if you're feeling really insecure, or maybe you're feeling a lot of scarcity feelings, then I would really recommend that you start looking at the thoughts that are causing those emotions in the first place. I teach a lot on taking your thoughts captive. I'll leave a couple of videos linked for you to check out. But what I really encourage women to do is to first just be aware of what the thoughts are that are coming into their minds, and then see if those thoughts line up with God's word, with the truth of what we know from Him. And then allow those emotions to come through the thoughts that you have that are lined up with God's word. The next mindset that women who are living out their God-given purpose have is that they spend time with like-minded people. So we've all heard that saying that you are the equivalent of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And I think that so often women can get too focused on trying to build a community that maybe isn't as biblically based as they want it to be. So we read books by authors that maybe don't have the same foundational biblical background that we have, or we listen to podcasts that are women that are successful, but maybe there's just those small things that they don't match up with what we already believe. And so I always recommend to my women to find a like-minded community that they can be together, they can really work out their goals together. And I think that it needs to be a biblically sound community, but also it needs to be a community that is willing to grow with you as you grow. So I have seen women succeed in a lot of different areas of their lives, and oftentimes they end up losing people in their community as they grow and as they become more successful. And most of the time, that is because the people who are surrounding them are either really not ready to level up in their own life, or there is just some jealousy there or some comparison there that causes women to just struggle whenever a friend is able to succeed in a certain area of their life. And whenever I say success, I don't just necessarily mean maybe business success or financial success. It might mean that your friend gets married before you, or that your friend has a baby before you do, or whatever it is. That success can be really determined from all areas of your life. Relationships, money, it can be family, it can be all sorts of things, in career, in health even. So remember that whenever I say success, I'm not just talking about one type of success or career success, because you can have great success in one area of your life and still feel very insecure in other parts of your life. And again, that's why I created 180 Confidence, because this is where you're going to see exactly how you can build success in every area of your life and live confidently in every area of your life. So the next mindset that women who are living out their God-given purpose have is that they focus on the journey. So I want to let you in on a little secret. Whenever you set a goal, the goal is not necessarily what you've written on that piece of paper. It is who you become in the process of reaching that goal. So it's not just about checking off a list of things that you want to accomplish, but it's about who you have to change, what you have to change in yourself in order to become that person. So if you want to make a certain dollar amount, it's not just about whenever your bank account has that amount of money in it. It's about who you become, the skills that you acquire, the leadership that you obtain in order to get to that point. It's all about the journey. And so since the journey is about who you become in the process, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have failed if you don't meet a goal at the exact time that you had planned. So remember, failure can be a good thing, but also realize that on a journey, it's about taking that step forward. The last mindset that I want to share with you today is the idea of valuing being uncomfortable. Now, this is a mindset that I believe every woman should start to embrace. And I think it's something that goes completely countercultural to what we've been taught to believe. We've been taught to go and really work towards being comfortable, having an easier life, having all the things that the comforts of home or the comforts of an easy life. And I really have found over the last few years the value of being uncomfortable. Now, if something feels uncomfortable to you, it probably means that you're not doing it enough, whether that be praying or filming videos or teaching or anything, really. If you're uncomfortable in a certain area, that just means that you need more practice at it until it becomes second nature to you. But as you start thinking about being uncomfortable in a different mindset, I want you to see difficulty and being uncomfortable in a different way. So here's an example. As you are working out and you're getting healthier, maybe you start lifting weights. And that weight is uncomfortable, right? It's difficult to lift, to whatever, if you're doing kettlebells or whatever, right? That difficulty is what you want. Because if you have a small weight, there's not going to be much difference in your skill set. So if you are able to lift a 10-pound weight and you have a 2-pound weight and you're doing the same exercises with the 2-pound weight that you should be doing the 10-pound weight with, you're not going to see a difference with using the 2-pound weight, even though that 2-pound weight is more comfortable, right? We want to stretch to be uncomfortable because that's where change happens. Whenever you decide to seek out the uncomfortable, that's whenever God can really work in your life. That's whenever you can really start seeing change and success in ways that you haven't seen before. So this is definitely something that I have worked on. As you might know, every year I have a specific word for my year. And several years ago, my word was uncomfortable. And I chose it maybe in the fall of, I believe it was 2018. And so all of 2019 was my year of being uncomfortable, of intentionally putting myself out there, intentionally making myself uncomfortable for the glory of God, honestly. And that year was the year that we started fostering. It was the year that I really changed a lot of things in my life with the purpose of being uncomfortable, but in order to change. And so as you are doing the uncomfortable, what that does is it leads to more confidence in your life. And that emotion of confidence helps you to step out and do the things that God has you do. And I believe that's why this is the mindset that is the most important for women who are living out their God-given dreams, because they realize it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to choose the hard road, because whenever you do that, you change and you grow. And that's what it's all about, my friends. All right, so that is all that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you can let YouTube know that this is content that you want to see. There is a lot of motivational speaking out there on YouTube, but not all of it is biblically based. And so if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, and I will see you guys next time.